Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at sodalite, which is a beautiful kind of dark blue and white crystal. We're going to be looking at how it is formed deep within the earth, its intriguing history and lore, which is actually one of my favorite parts. We're also obviously going to study its healing properties, its connection with the chakras, as well as looking at its star sign associations. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Sodalite is a beautiful blue mineral and is primarily formed through a geological process known as metamorphism. So this process basically involves the transformation of existing rocks under conditions of immense pressure and temperatures. Sodalite is commonly associated with igneous rocks, which are particularly rich in sodium, so salt. The metamorphic process begins with the alteration of these sodium-rich rocks. So during this metamorphism, minerals within the rocks undergo chemical and structural changes. In the case of sodalite, the presence of this sodium and also elements such as aluminium, chlorine, and silica is basically essential to its formation. So these elements contribute to the crystalline structure that we get in sodalite. The metamorphic conditions that are necessary for sodalite to form are often found in really specific geological settings. For example, it has to be regions with contact metamorphism, which is where rocks are altered by the heat and pressure from molten magma beneath the Earth's surface. Additionally, there's regional metamorphism, which occurs over larger areas, and it takes a longer period for sodalite to form. As you can see, sodalite has like a really distinctive deep blue color, and sometimes, and particularly in this example, lots of white veining or flecks of calcite. And this is a result of mineral composition and the conditions under which it crystallized during metamorphism. So depending on the conditions depends on how much white calcite there is alongside the sodalite. Sodalite has a fascinating history and lore with connections to both ancient civilizations and of course more modern spiritual practices, which we'll get into. So here are some aspects of sodalite's historical significance. Sodalite's rich blue colour made it really highly valued in ancient cultures. Ancient Egyptians, for example, used it as a popular ornamental stone, and they'd often incorporate it into their jewellery and amulets. They believed it was used to enhance communication, and it was associated with their god Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing. In metaphysical traditions, sodalite is considered a stone of communication and self-expression. It is believed to enhance clarity of thought, improve rational thinking, and to promote effective communication. It is associated with the throat chakra and makes it a stone that supports honest and clear expression, but stay tuned for more on this later. Sodalite can also stimulate your intuition and enhance psychic abilities. It's thought to facilitate a deeper connection with higher consciousness and spiritual insights as well. So people who work with sodalite can use it during meditation to access inner wisdom and enhance your spiritual journey. So if you have any questions or if there's any you're not quite sure which life path you want to go down, then meditating with sodalite can really help you find those answers. It is often used for emotional healing and balance, and it is believed to promote a sense of calmness, reduce stress, and then also enhance your self-esteem. Because it has such calming energy, it could help individuals to release any negative, pent-up emotions that they could have. As we can see, sodalite's historical uses are primarily decorative, and its contemporary significance in spiritual practices highlights its versatile and meaningful nature. So it's become more of a modern crystal to work with rather than one that has a lot of in-depth history and lore around it. So whilst lots of other crystals mainly focus on emotional upheaval and disordered energy, sodalite tends to uniquely concentrate on the more cognitive realm. Its most crucial attribute lies in its ability to help you in tuning your intuition and gaining a more clear perspective on reality. Although it may seem quite straightforward, the extent to which we let our emotions govern our actions via our subconscious can actually be really surprising. So whether you're propelled by positive vibes or you're kind of engulfed in this dark negative energy, spontaneous situations can often dictate our decisions. and cause a bit of confusion and clouded judgment, and it can leave you in situations where you think, why did I just do that? The properties of sodalite cut through these obstacles. They work to clear this out and invite in more kind of concise and methodical thinking. It's actually often called the poet's stone or the thinker's stone, and sodalite's newfound clarity proves particularly advantageous for those with creative inclinations. So creative individuals like artists, musicians, frequently encounter hurdles in their artistic pursuits. They can often, lose their way, lose their creativity, and just kind of feel like they've what's the word? Creative block. Creative individuals such as artists can often, encounter things like creative block, where they just can't get out of a rut. And that's where sodalite kind of helps them get out of that situation. This creativity crystal keeps you connected in your intuition and ensures that your creation remains untainted by any external influences or any negative energy or any doubts that may come in. So this crystal basically revolves around the principles of emotional clarity, soothing, and healing. But it doesn't just, help out the creative people. It's also reputed to embody qualities of logic, rationality, and efficiency, which make it really beneficial for people who are prone to heightened emotions or perhaps struggle to express their feelings coherently. It's also associated with bolstering communication, intuition, and psychic prowess too. And it facilitates a connection with higher realms and the reception of spiritual guidance. So if you want to work with your tarot cards or oracle cards, it's great to have a piece of sodalite nearby. It's also seen as a stone of harmony and peace, and it's believed to contribute to the equilibrium between the mind, the body, and the soul. It's also thought to bring in feelings of self-acceptance and boost your self-esteem as well. It's great if you're in a particularly if you're in a conflicting situation, because it helps resolve disputes and promotes more logical discourse and thinking. It can help elevate intelligence and rational thinking, invigorating mental processes and providing a more clarity of thought for you. For those of you who are familiar with, thinking between the heart and the head, this stone may offer more of a harmonizing influence and fosters quieter and more amicable internal dialogues rather than kind of constantly having this internal conflict. Similar to lapis lazuli, it can quieten the mind and makes it a really valuable tool for beginners who are meditating. And particularly if you struggle to still the monkey mind, they call it, don't they? If you struggle to just let your thoughts go and let them just wash over you, this might be a really good tool to use for that. Sodalite works really well as a bridge between your thoughts and emotions, because they are different things. And it symbolizes knowledge and efficient communication. So by incorporating sodalite into your life, it is said to bring emotional equilibrium and inner peace as well, along with improvements in things like divination and psychic abilities. So if you work with oracle cards, tarot cards, pendulums, or all that kind of thing, this would be a really great crystal to have around whilst you're doing that. Okay, now we're going to look at the chakras that are associated with sodalite, and those are the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. The throat chakra is linked to communication, self-expression, and the ability to speak your own truth. So sodalite is thought to help open the throat chakra and promote clear communication, honesty, and authentic expression as well. The third eye chakra is associated with intuition, perception, and insight as well. This is where it's linked to the spirituality and the higher realms. So sodalite is believed to stimulate and activate this third eye, and therefore enhance your ability to access your inner wisdom and things like your gut instinct, your intuition, and therefore your spiritual understanding of the world. So by working with sodalite, you could seek to align and balance these chakras and promote a more harmonious flow of energy throughout your body. Next, we're going to look at the star sign that is most associated with sodalite, and that is Sagittarius. So Sagittarians are characterized as, typical extroverts, and they're known for being really outgoing and love, action and adventure in their lives. So their adventurous spirit can sometimes lead to restlessness though, and it kind of can be too overwhelming for them. This continuous pursuit of action can sometimes put Sagittarians in a challenging situation. So in such instances, sodalite acts as a calming beacon and grounds them back into reality. It serves as an ideal companion for Sagittarians who, again, love that constant activity, that it gently reminds them to pause, take a step back, a deep breath and, kind of think about where they want to go next rather than just constantly moving. Sagittarians are naturally inclined to be analytical and thoughtful. They're not necessarily prone to let their emotions run wild. So Sodalite complements this nature by acting as a clarifying stone and reinforces their kind of inherent clear-mindedness and this calm disposition. Moreover, Sodalite encourages Sagittarians to embrace compassion and empathy. It urges them to express their inner truth and embrace who they really are. Sodalite works to empower Sagittarians to freely articulate what's on their mind. And there we have it, everything there is to know about Sodalite. I have had this crystal for quite a few years now, so this is actually one of the first crystals I ever picked up. Must have been when I was like 12 maybe. I really like working with Sodalite. I particularly like working with it if I'm doing chakra work on the throat chakra. I think it's one of the most suited crystals to that area, and it's just been something I've been drawn to. I'm always drawn to like blue and green crystals, and this one in particular I do really like working with. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you've worked with Sodalite before or you're looking forward to working with it after watching this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel and this lovely community that we're building over here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay happy and blessed be.